This is Avery Dower. He's a San Francisco comedian. Really funny guy.
I try. Shout out Miraloma Elementary School. Shout out.
Shout out Mrs. Granger. Shout out
dog.
Timmy's mom.
Shout out Mr. Mendoza, my dog. I don't know. I've been a really big stand-up comedy fan. We were talking about this.
Yeah. You're like a real fan.
I was on Pandora, motherfuckers. I was doing the thing.
Was Pandora different than
skipping Joe Rogan since 6 years old?
Was Pandora different than a lot of the other?
Well, yeah, because we didn't have money like that, so I wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't have the premium on me, so I only had the 3 skips, but it was in the old days where you could switch stations.
Yeah,
and when you
yeah.
switched stations, you got an extra skip. So before they coded that out,
you were
capitalism
playing the Pandora game.
Took its toll on Pandora. Yeah.
So yeah, you're a real comedy
Napster
fan?
is where it's at. Just
Napster?
Steal all music.
Is that's satellite radio now?
That's the thing. I don't really know. I've just seen The Social Network, but like, I think it was a thing where you could just illegally download anyone's music ever. Yeah. Which is basically what's happening now.
Oh, Napster.
Spotify only pays you half a cent per play. But anyway, I don't know why we're talking about the politics of streaming services.
Those were the golden ages, stealing music.
And then I went to a really hippie private school for middle school. I don't know. I'm going through my whole life. Oh, I went to art school for theater for a couple of years, but you know, where it's interesting because you have those magnet schools in all the major cities, and like LA Arts, Chicago Arts, they all have a bunch of money, and it's all because they have like alumni. Yeah. Like we have no Chalamet, so like. We're not LaGuardia, so we had no. You know who our only alumni was? You know, it was Margaret Cho. Yeah, it was Margaret Cho and Sam Rockwell.
That's pretty rad.
Margaret Cho went to Lowell for 3 years, and then Soda opened her senior year. Yeah, and so she transferred in, but Sam Rockwell left after his freshman year for Outward Bound and just went into the forest. I don't know. What's
your experience with San Francisco?
I fucking love this place. I have a 415 tattoo.
Do you fucking do? Is that what style of tattoo is that? Is that Ed Hardy?
American traditional. Which yeah. I don't know. I got way too into Ink Master in quarantine. That was a problem.
Who's your
fun fact about me?
Who's your Ink Master tattoo artist that you're like, oh yeah?
I didn't really have a specific artist because they're all kind of douchebags. But I think that I like the American traditional style, and I'm kind of working towards that. But
I think it's badass. Yeah, I fuck with that old school sailor tattoo. That's sick.
I love San Francisco. I'm from like Mission adjacent, street over in Presida Park. Yeah, and
you just got into comedy pretty recently.
Yeah, we're coming up on 6 months. What's the date today?
Today's the 28th.
28th, so December. In like 2 or 3 days we'll be at 6 months. The comedy gods have been really nice to me.
Comedy gods.
I as Ari Matty says, I have not grinded in Omaha. No, I'm not.
No, Omaha would be a wild place to do comedy.
Yeah.
And you guys like dick jokes?
Well, I think I think they would like me. I realized that since I'm sitting down, you don't really get the full effect of me. But we'll cover that in a second. My first comedy experience ever, besides like depressedly writing Kill Tony bits in my in my dorm room, was I bought a ticket to an Adam Ray show just to get when I dropped out of college and moved back to California. Yeah. And I went to the show, and he said the word wheelchair. Shout out to him for saying the word wheelchair.
Keyword. Keyword.
Yeah. And for some reason, I don't know, it triggered something in my brain, and I went, woo! And so he brought me up on stage, and he let me do like my first, 2 or 3 jokes.
Yeah, you did your first set at fucking Punchline. That's next level.
So, and then I was, the video went pretty well. I
saw the video. There was a fucking bit at the end that was so overlooked, and I read the comments. The comments was like, dude, the CP joke at the end was so overlooked. What was that about?
The R. Kelly CP joke?
Dude, you had Adam Ray spun. He was like, fuck, what is he going to say?
Yeah, I know. I said a couple things up there. I didn't think... If it was your first set, that was a solid set. Yeah. Like I said, I've been a comedy fan for a very long time, and like the comedians that I have a lot of comedians that like I don't listen a lot anymore, but I have a bit about this. But my parents have a big record collection, and a big chunk of those records is like best of Bill Cosby.
No way.
And like Bill Cosby's vinyl
release. Who's your favorite comedian?
I don't know. He's huge.
He did his time doing time.
Yeah. So and ironically, in the summers my family has a place in Massachusetts, and it's like a town or two over from where his big mansion is. But he is, I will say, separating the art from the artist.
I say the same thing about Chris Brown.
Yeah. Well,
I like the dancing.
That was never really I never really got into the Chris Brown catalog. But other than Glee, I like the Glee versions. Because like I am who I am.
So you had a lot of who were some of your other favorite like comedians?
We were talking about Jeff Dunham earlier, something I grew up on YouTube, which is probably not the healthiest, but
you're a YouTube baby?
Yeah, I'm 04.
Yeah.
So
there was like a screen kind of attached to your face growing up?
Oh. We'll cut that out.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I got up on the with Adam Ray, and the video did pretty well, and I actually was honored with a pin on his profile.
Yeah, dude, it's on the whole video on YouTube.
I'm so grateful that I'm being pirated by HMS videos.
Isn't that such an achievement?
Yeah. We've talked. Shout out my dog. But
that experience was pretty rad.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
what was like after
for any stand-up comedian fan, like not even to be able to just get up there.
Yeah.
But I surprised myself in just like, because I'm not a calm person. I don't know if you can tell. Mm-hmm. But so just to be able to like find that, I got one of those nights where you can just get into a flow state. And since I've started doing comedy, you find those nights where like, I think it's funny because I describe them as high sets because sometimes it happens. Like, I try not to, smoke some weed before my set. But if I do, I have like 2 or 3 nights a month where I can be high on stage and I'm in the pocket. I'm able to try shit.
Yeah.
But the other, 4 or 5 times it happens, it's going to be weird.
Yeah.
And I think it being weird is a big thing for me because I mean I mentioned the wheelchair earlier, but I have cerebral palsy, and so I walk a little different, and it's
now I'm actually not too familiar with cerebral palsy.
I'm not like one of those disabled kids that can I can list off my condition, but I don't know the ins and outs of the body, but it's
the hemoglobin is actually I know exactly what you're talking about.
The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. But it's
the basis.
I was born with a condition that basically all the muscles in my and my legs and my lower half mostly are tighter than normal. So like my hamstrings are really tight, and it basically restricts my movement. My core strength is also really low. So it's a little, I don't got abs.
Crunches aren't in your
crunches aren't in my future. I mean, they have been in my past, but yeah.
So is that something you developed over time, or?
No. It's something you're born with.
Yeah.
It's not like, one of those sob stories.
Yeah.
It's like, and I think that's kind of the point I was going into, like with my comedy, is I think I understand that sometimes I might say shit if you come see me on stage that's like, you know, a little in your face or controversial about disability and poking fun at the like broad generalizations that the general public makes. But to me, it's like, I actually wrote some essays about this while I was in college, but like, I think humor for disabled people oftentimes is like a defense mechanism. Sure. And it's like something that pretty much we all share, unless you were raised in a culture that's like ashamed of your disability. Like, the like people
Cyclops that are, is probably.
Yeah.
So you kind of feel like you find comfort in kind of joking about these things. Yeah.
And I think that, because a lot of, for me, like, people don't talk about it. That's the thing, like, with things like race or any other massive minority, and also disabled people are the largest minority 100%. On earth. Like, we're kind of taboo and we're pushed to the side. So to be able to, like, you know, have people like, I mean, there's other people that do similar things. Like, you know, Aaron Belial, Martin Phillips, all those kinds of people that AJ Wilkerson, all the people that can use that. But I think that, like, we were talking about Jesselnick earlier, and I think that taking the darker tone on it is something that I try to do. I don't think I'm there yet. Like, you were asking about my favorite comedians, and it's interesting because all the comedians that I love and that I listen to are not the type of comedy that I do.
Tell me about it.
Like the Casey Rockets and you know, I mean, Stan Barry, like the Spencer Devines, and just like the crazy bombastic and the character comedians too, like the Zach Zuckers, and, you know, people that are just Andy Kaufman, stuff like that, fully in the bit all the time and can play it. That's what I aspire to do, but I'm still, I wouldn't call myself observational because it's all from my experience. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling,
you're probably observing your experience.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's a unique perspective, but I like pointing out how not unique it is.
Interesting.
Like, I like, because there's a lot of us. I don't know the exact percentage of the population, but it's like, you know, 1 or 2% of the population of the world is disabled in some way. I mean, we have now gotten to a point, you know, the self-diagnosing on TikTok.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm autistic.
Yeah.
No, you're just a fucking idiot.
Well, I mean, there is a gross discrepancy in the kinds of people that get diagnosed with stuff,
maybe like WebMDing their shit.
Well, yeah, but also I'm talking about just like in general, like black people are way less likely to be diagnosed with autism than other people. Well, because of the medical system, they just don't like. They just fuck with them. Like, they don't like it.
I just don't think I think it's a cultural thing too. I just think a lot of black people just don't care.
I'm gonna let him finish this conversation.
Can I say that for us? We don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
If a black person was like, I'm autistic, I'm like, okay, no go.
I was talking to the door guy at the function about this the other day, because he has a brother who has the same disability as me, just way worse. So with my disability, it's similar to autism. It's like it's on a spectrum.
Okay, so, interesting.
Like, there are people walking around with cerebral palsy that you will never, like, no, they may be like they shake a little bit, or like they have spasms, but you would never guess, and maybe they get tired easy. And then there are people that, it's not what Stephen Hawking had, but like that are Stephen Hawking out in a fucking wheelchair. Right. And I am smack dab in the middle.
So that's interesting.
You know,
so is it a neurological thing or is it a physical thing?
It's the brain. It's the signals from my brain to my lower extremities, but and also I was a blue baby. My umbilical cord was wrapped around my neck when I came out. So yeah,
brain cells.
Not brain cells. I'm perfectly fine up here,
of course.
And like I'm a fully functional human. It's just like everything is a little tight.
But it's from the actual. Whoa! But it's from the actual signals from your brain.
I think.
Interesting.
Don't quote me on that. That's bad. I should know.
Autism is like a mental thing, right?
I don't know. I don't think there's a cause for that. I just think that's brain wiring. I might be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah. So I've had people in my family who were.
But what I was gonna say is I've noticed.
Yeah.
That in my opinion, sometimes disabled people that come from a not white background.
Yeah.
Are oftentimes able to be more independent or like earlier in life. Not necessarily, obviously, because America. Because of like financial things. Because if you look at the numbers, I mean, I'm not trying to generalize it, but I think a lot like I felt coddled at certain times in my life, and like I think what you were saying about the philosophy of like we just don't give a fuck, go and do your shit, like figure it the fuck out.
When I was a kid, I used to have to fight people in wheelchairs. Okay, those motherfuckers were dangerous. Shit. Okay, a motherfucker would be crawling to me. I mean, fuck.
And every like. Coming from San Francisco, I know like in every friend group from like Hunter's Point, there's one dude in a wheelchair.
Yeah,
there's one dude.
There's one dude. I knew a guy in a wheelchair, dude. This motherfucker used to get all the women. I used to be like, what the fuck? He used to have them like sitting on their chair, rolling around with this fine ass chick. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah, that's not a universal experience. That's not. That's not. I can't speak for the entire community.
Right. I think that's probably an across the board kind of situation.
No.
Some people just have it.
Yeah. No, that's a completely personal attribute.
You know what I mean? But so what you're saying is, you kind of like to make fun of it. To kind of
just bring it up in conversation. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. To normalize it in society. Because, like, I mean, I'm about to call out the world right now. But, like, when I go outside and I'm in my chair and I'm wheeling around, just, like, going to a comedy show or doing something outside, every other person goes and stares at you. Yeah, because I know, and I don't take offense to it.
No, I saw my neighbor looking at us when we were fucking. I was like, what is this
and bro, like, I have a bit about this, but like, when I was younger and I realized that like, it would be an obstacle. I used to catch like girls staring at me and be like, "Hey yo."
Yeah.
And then I've had to be like, "Oh fuck, it's just like, damn."
You stare and just take a picture.
Yeah, I know. There's this shirt that like some like middle-aged disabled men wear that you can get on Etsy that says like keep staring, I might do a flip, and it has a wheelchair.
Keep staring, I might do a flip.
And it has a wheelchair on it and it's doing a flip.
So I mean I would say that's a pretty popular kind of thing you hear often, is that disabled people don't want to be treated as disabled, and I think that's a fair.
Yeah, but there's also the thing, like what I always caution is, I mean, we don't need to turn this into a disability podcast. But
no, 100%.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah,
we can talk about saying, like, drugs.
Yeah.
Cocaine. I do cocaine.
Again, not a universal experience.
Yeah.
But I just think that because a lot of times it comes with the like what I call the inspiration porn thing, where like you go on TikTok and you see like disabled man sits up and stands up from a chair.
Oh, right.
God is real. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Like,
or when
he just stood up.
Yeah.
Like we shouldn't be like. Our dick shouldn't be sucked for living life.
Yeah.
Like, because I think that should be the expectation. Like, I played basketball for a bunch of years.
I was going to say, you played basketball.
So I played wheelchair basketball for 14 years. Shout out the University of Arizona Wildcats.
This is an Arizona hockey team.
Yeah. Shout out Arizona.
Shout out Arizona.
Way too hot. I was committed.
It's hot as fuck in here, huh?
Yeah. I was committed for, I think, like 2 months to the like 6 months to the University of Arizona to play basketball. But then I decided to go to film school.
Yeah.
I realized I had a ceiling with basketball, I think. But disabled sports is or adaptive sports is a great way for, to self-determinate. And I think self-determination is a lot of what I try to do with my comedy as far as like, because every once in a while you'll have a blind dude or another dude in a wheelchair come to the show, and instead of like most comics would just go, blind guy, you know, I can be like, you know, I need eye contact for this. Okay, never mind. You know,
yeah.
And understand that, like, if they get pissed off for me making fun of them, that is a function of, like, the system working, and like, and them being ashamed of where you know,
they're in
who they are
their
to a
own
certain extent, and
insecurity.
it's not their fault. It's like I try to alleviate the insecurity for everybody, because there's always a white lady with her boyfriend on a first date, like, with, you know, butt puckered, like, oh no,
my God, what do they say?
Yeah. Like, I do a joke about, like, being too independent and sucking my own dick, and I did it in the Felton show,
which
Santa
is a
Cruz.
wild thing to do. By the way,
Well, it is. Shout out David Cross.
Is it technically gay?
Well, who's to say?
It's just a modified form of jacking off.
Yeah, but it's shout out to David Cross. It is a reflection of my own experience, inspired by Scary Movie 2.
Dude, I love that fucking movie, dude.
All props to David Cross, and
Yeah.
your work on Alvin and the Chipmunks really shaped my childhood.
Yo.
Yeah.
That's so you see a lot of people kind of unhinged when you do your comedy?
And I don't know if I'm there yet.
Yeah.
I think, like, there are certain disabled comics that have done that have been able to break through by either, there's kind of a couple schools of thought on it. Like, people like, I talked about Martin Phillips, and a lot of these people are Kill Tony people just because, you know.
Yeah.
People like to point and laugh a little bit, but it is good that we're getting, you know, some representation, and I really do appreciate that for existing.
Who's that one chick?
Oh, Fiona Cawley.
She's so hot, dude. Holy fuck. Holy fuck.
Well, that's kind of the pretext. But, like,
holy fuck.
No, I mean, she has a boyfriend. We've both checked. I know we both have. But I think, No, she's fucking hilarious.
Kill Tony's a great place for I would say upcoming talent.
Yeah. And the good thing, and I think the thing the show was founded on, and I'm not gonna, like, you know,
preach.
I don't need to preach about Kill Tony. That's for Reddit. That's for my anonymous Reddit.
Yeah.
At 3 a.m.
Episode 385 was great.
Han Sim is not even funny. Han Sim is a fucking dickhead.
William Montgomery is the best.
Yeah. There you go. You clocked me. But I think it is a good, like, it has allowed a lot of disabled comedians.
Yeah.
And I think in some cases, like Martin Phillips, I think everyone always says he has CP, like me and, you know, other people, but I think he has muscular dystrophy.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a different thing.
Yeah.
But he doesn't acknowledge his disability at all.
Interesting.
You know, like, he's done it a couple times in the interviews, of course, but, like, in his material, there's people who, like, you know, Anthony Mitchell. He's great. We look exactly the same.
Yeah.
He doesn't do, for the most part, disabled jokes. And, like, that's a strategy of just breaking the ice and getting to, fuck you, I'm not a funny disabled guy.
I'm a funny guy. Yeah.
And I totally respect that. But I've never been able to shut the fuck up about this.
I think,
you know, I have never in my life been able to, like, just exist without it calling out the shit that I see related to the topic.
Dude, that's 100% observational humor.
Yeah, but I just mean, like, I don't want to do observational and, like, did you see the submarine?
Yeah.
You know, and no shade. Like, some people write bits that are well constructed that way, but that's just, like I said, a lot of my inspiration is based off of, like, one-liner.
Yeah.
And kind of misdirect comedy.
Do you do a lot of personal stories?
Yeah, it's mostly concepts that I see in my personal life, and then I'll create a premise around it.
Gotcha.
You know? Because I don't think I've had a lot of independent life experience really enough to, you know, like, with the Bert Kreischer just said when his daughters go to college, he's going to quit comedy. Like, I don't think he's serious, but he was, like, considering retiring because when his family, you know, he's built such a consistent product off of that. I don't really have something that consistent, but my writing is slow, and I think I take care more because I'm really, really bad at memorizing things. I was a theater kid for upteenth years, right? Like
that's all I can do really sometimes.
And so I can't memorize anything really. So I put a lot of work into doing a good set,
right,
as opposed to a new set and being maybe as productive as everybody else in like writing and consistently. But I do try shit and with the same material, and I'll switch a couple jokes every show. I don't think I've done the same set since I started, which is interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
but I do I just think it's important. And what do I know? I've been doing this 6 months, but
6 months,
yeah, but I think it's important to get your reps in the technical,
of course,
side of stand up, because that's how you get paid money to do this.
Yeah, and when you say reps, it's like time performing.
Just time on stage, because I've never been a guy that can simulate shit. Like I'm not the dude that's people's process, but I'm not up at 1 a.m. in the mirror what's the deal with airplane peanuts. I go on stage and I have my material. I mean, I've started going on my phone a little bit and just leaving it on the stool, but I had a card up there for the first
to memorize
3-4 months. I was like, I actually, Mark Norman came to the function and he did this genius thing, and I was like,
what was that?
He wrapped his index card because he was trying out new jokes. He was new shit, and he wrapped his index card around the mic.
Whoa.
And then pulled it out when he needed to read it and rolled it back into the mic, and so he could just be in the pocket the whole time. And so it's there is ways if you're not and I plan to get better at memorizing shit. I need to if anyone needs a 30, you're gonna have to you have to
memorize everything.
But I think there is ways to going back to the disabled thing, to accommodate for yourself and create a space for yourself. Because I did a lot of shit when I was a kid. I played basketball, I did theater, and they were polar opposites in community. I played sports. I called myself the crippled Troy Bolton.
Okay.
I was actually in a production of High School Musical.
Yeah. As Troy?
No. In middle school. Because I was a character that wasn't even in the movie. He only exists in the stage play.
Interesting.
Yeah. Shout out Jack Scott, the Velvet Fog of East High. Yeah. That's where my radio career started. I did a lot of radio in college.
Yeah, I was gonna say you kind of got this radio thing going on.
Yeah, I was a big. I don't know if it's anyone had this experience, but I was a big NPR kid. I'm that kind of white. All Things Considered was on the radio when I was in the car, motherfucker. It wasn't
to NPR radio.
That's my Bay Area.
That's pretty rad.
I've interned for KLW as well, and done podcasting stuff with them. And in college, Hofstra, the university I went to, they have the #1 radio station in the country, and that was a big pull for me.
Yeah.
And so I ran a hip hop music show for a year there.
That's pretty rad.
But yeah. I don't know. I'm having a good time, folks.
Yeah.
We're doing the thing. I can't really think of another profession is the other thing other than stand-up comedy that allows me to do what I want to do. And I feel I said, I did a lot of things as a kid, but I think I did them all. I had a ceiling with all of them. Basketball, I had a ceiling. Theater, because I was in musical theater, and if you can't, pas de bourrée, jeté, dance, they're not, unless you're fucking really good, they're not gonna, I'm not gonna get into theater college that's not, Columbia, Chicago.
Yeah, unless you can do a fucking handstand in a wheelchair, that'd be nuts.
Yeah, I'm not Ali Stroker. I can't belt Oklahoma.
They're can you? Yeah,
I'm a baritone. We're discriminated against in the theater community.
Nobody needs you.
Hey, they're writing less and less roles.
You just got into a roast comedy, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So actually, similar. I'm telling you guys, the comedy gods. I do need to put my nose to the grindstone and and learn my place. I think. And
What happened?
Because the same thing. With the Adam Ray shit. Like the roast battle, it's more planned. But the roast battle and the Adam Ray shit, responding to the Instagram comments, I'm not a plant. that was real.
Yeah. Dude, you're an industry plant all the way, dog.
Yeah.
Who's your manager?
Call me Claro.
Oh no!
Oh shit! All the lesbians and their boyfriends are gonna get mad at me. Shout out Clara, you're my wife. I love you.
Yeah. Dude, holy shit.
But where were we? Oh. So there's a segment in the roast battle shows. Shout out the Roast Battle League, Roast Battle Bay.
Shout out Roast Battle Bay.
Josh Means, all those people out there. They do a roasting the audience segment at the end, and I had somehow convinced my parents to go to a roast battle show with me.
Yeah.
And because I had seen it on Comedy Central YouTube in quarantine and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And people like Joe Ural, who has the same disability as me. He's the dude in the power chair. Shout out Joe. Hold me down.
Joe, yeah.
His comedy is just as cerebral as his palsy.
That's fucking funny.
Like that. Yeah. That's shout out Joe, paving the way, paving the ramp for the rest of us. They said, does anyone want to get roasted? And just random, and Logan Farr was a guest judge, and I was like, well, that would make it okay. Like they would hold back less because Logan's on stage.
Oh, Logan's a beast.
Yeah. I don't often associate myself with amputees, but Logan is an exception to the rule. Mostly because he can beat my ass with no legs.
100%.
So
he's like fucking like a high level jujitsu motherfucker.
Yeah, I did it for 3 years for fitness.
Yeah.
But I didn't get my legs involved that much. No leg locks for me.
Yeah. So you were at the roast battle.
I got pulled up on stage and roasted, and not Kyrie. That's racist. Kasim Bentley. Ripped me a new one.
Oh yeah.
And basically, I just took kind of inspiration for the concepts that Kasim went at me. They called me, I think Anthony Zaccaro said, which I texted him about, and I use in my act now. I look like Walter Jr. if he sold roofies.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah, so and shit like that. Just concepts and premises, and I went home and I was like, I can put premises around these, and I can make punchlines, and I hope that's not stealing jokes or material.
No.
That's not my intention at all. It's just because prior to that, I was a really big comedy fan, but I didn't understand how you guys come up with this shit and how you're able to act, because I'm not a writer.
Yeah.
I was in film school. I can take someone's script and I can make it better, and I can edit and I can shoot and execute a vision, but I'm not a guy that's going to come up with stories and screenplays and stuff. So I was surprised that I was kind of able to do these kind of short, misdirect funny things.
Yeah.
And so I started writing premises and then writing my own material, and then I hooked up with Damian Montez and the Hella Funny people.
Yeah.
Literally 2 days after the Adam Ray shit.
That's right.
He was in my DMs do you know about comedy in San Francisco? And I was like, literally no. And he was like, come to this alley in the Tenderloin right now and do 5 minutes. And I had never, it was the day, 2 days after the Adam Ray shit, and I was still shaking, vibrating.
Yeah.
And I went up there and I did so mediocre. So I had a first kind of, shitty comedy thing, which I think is good. I didn't, because I'm trying really hard, and I think there is a movement of comedians that are being really smart about it and getting a little bit of success and a little bit of exposure in the beginning, but still recognizing that in this profession you have to work or else
you have to do more,
and you have to stay up, and you have to people are in my comments when's the special?
Yeah.
I did 2 minutes.
Yeah.
On stage, like, when I'd never done it before.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have like give me 5. I tell them give me 5 to 10 business years. Like
yeah,
we'll see. But right now it's doing well for me, and I really fucking love the community that we have, because I think from the outside there's a stereotype of the comedy community where they're very closed off and judgmental, and like you walk in there and you bomb and they'll be like, I mean, I think that's more of an East Coast thing, but coming over to the West Coast, and because I didn't want to start comedy in New York. I was in Long Island, and like, just a dude locking himself in his dorm room and writing Kill Tony jokes is not going to go over well in New York. They're going to beat my ass. And so coming back to San Francisco, and it's a smaller community. It has a bunch of history.
Super supportive, though.
And super, pun intended, accessible. Like, I just think that this is a good place to start. It's a good incubator, and it has been a wonderful. Like, Chappelle spent years here.
Yeah.
Robin Williams, Margaret Cho, Ali Wong, Tony Sparks has been pumping out these comedy babies for decades. And so
you were saying something about how when somebody roasts you and you want to use their bit that they roasted, Tony said some shit about me, dude, that had me dying. He was like, because he introed me, he's like, if you ever need somebody to call the police, Mario can do it for you. I was like, fuck.
Tony's hit me with some good ones. I love one of my favorite like little roast situations is they bring you up and then they go off, and you have one joke before your minute starts
to rebuttal,
and I love it. Like, my favorite one that I've done is actually quite recent. Charisse was hosting at the function, and she brought me up, and I said, Charisse actually doesn't work here. We just have a large storage of vibranium under the stage.
That's hella funny.
And when I go after Stoyan, I say, Stoyan Engelov, I say, I know what you're thinking. I look like Stoyan if he took the vaccine.
Dude, that's fucking
yeah.
funny.
I with the regular people in our community, like I try to like write shit when I think of it for them when they bring me up and off, because I like having the rapport with people. Yeah. And like with Damien, I say, "Yo, yeah, that's my boyfriend. That's why I walk like this."
that's why. Wild.
Yeah. Because he brought me off one night. He was like, "Yeah, that's my boyfriend," and I was like, "That's why I walk like this." And so I've turned it into a little. It's fun. I call him Rachel Maddow.
Yeah. Anyway. So I saw your roast set with Mel. That shit was fucking
I need a video of that shit. No one filmed because it's the off season, and Cobb's takes a couple weeks, and we'll see.
That shit was fucking funny.
Cody, give me my video.
Yeah, please.
I'll do anything you want.
Shout out Mel Earl, dude.
Yeah, Mel Earl is a dog.
That was fucking funny.
I'm really trying to make a run at roast battle this year.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the Bay Area, they're not very fond of roast battle. Like, I think it gets a
think
little
it's
flack, which I like. People say it takes time away from your stand-up writing, but for me, like we just talked about, that's not the case. Like, being roasted takes me into a headspace. Like, I don't really think of roast jokes on the daily.
Yeah,
it's not my I'm not a roast comic.
Really?
I'm not a roast comic, please.
I don't do it.
No. Shout out roast comics. You are talented, but I do commentary.
Yeah,
I do personal experience stuff. And so, but when I get in that mode, when someone texts me and they're like, "Here's your matchup," and I text them and they send me info, like, I get in a mode, and I can't it's weird because I'll walk around and like be with my friends and family and be like, big ass forehead, like,
just to see.
Like, just like I get in a mode and I roast. And so I'm really trying to make a run this year because the league. Then, like I said, I don't play basketball anymore, so the league part and the sport aspect and the points and the cities and the teams. Shout out Pat Barker and the Roast Battle League.
Yeah.
It fulfills that competitive
100%.
thing in me, and so that's an opportunity that I'm trying to jump on and
Well, I
personally, and Sack Punch and Cobb's, but especially Sack Punch is like I think the best room to roast in outside of Austin and LA. Like, whoa. Sack they're ready to laugh. They're tuned into that flavor of comedy. You know, the darker stuff that comes out of Sacramento, and I think it's really picking up a little steam, and it's becoming a little comedy hub because you know, San Francisco has the Fox News reputation, so we can't pull as many people, but that's right outside, and they can. I'm totally happy. Like, I have no real issue with us being a B market. Like, I have no. Some people are salty. Some people are like, you know. Yeah. San Francisco is the major city. It should be. You know, we should have more comedy shit here. But I think we're a good incubator.
I think so too.
Yeah, and I think Sacramento also, it's beginning to have history. I was talking about this with my friend the other day. I would love a SF Improv.
Ooh.
I would.
That'd be next level.
I would really, really appreciate an SF Improv. Take one of the abandoned buildings. Kick out.
There's like a million of them.
Well, there's already dudes doing fentanyl in there. You found your servers.
Yeah.
Your servers and your bartenders. They'll work for nothing.
Yeah.
Slavery is legal in California.
Well, they have a little
shout out this year's election. We voted for slavery.
Dude, we totally did.
Thank you. Dude,
indentured servitude. Indentured servitude.
Dude, what the fuck was that?
And dude, not only did we vote on that, but we
not to get all fucking liberal on you, on your like comedy podcast, but me personally.
Dude, not only did we vote on in keeping indentured servitude, but we also voted on Prop 36, which puts more people in jail. So now we have more indentured servants coming in.
Well, we have indentured servants, but we're gonna have another wildfire.
You think so?
We need.
We need one.
We need bucket people. We need.
Get the buckets! I just stole some nails.
Dude, Gavin. That's why Gavin's cleaning out the homeless camps. He's doing it himself. Did you see that picture?
No.
He has gloves on.
He's like, are we fucking done here? Did we get the photo?
I was really hoping that Gavin would be our guy, but
nah.
You know.
He was pissed. He was pissed at something. What was it?
I don't give a fuck.
He was pissed about Prop 36, I think.
Sure.
About people stealing and shit.
Yeah, but now you see public works trucks like screaming at homeless people every 10 feet.
Really?
I mean, like, I don't know.
People can't do drugs in public anymore. That's also a new thing.
Try and stop
me. I got my Fenton gun.
Yeah, okay, let's not go too far. It's all right. Let's calm down. I lean to the left, not down.
Yeah.
You know?
No, but you think California is going to be changing for the best, or for?
I think San Francisco is the most unique, or I guess we're in Oakland right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bay Area. You know, Oakland is the soul, Bay Area is the heart. Like, the whole Bay Area is a very special place, and it's a very unique place, and I think it's always going to be that way.
Yeah.
I think we're trending a little right, you know, because the world is. So
yeah.
What am I? I don't like any of that. So,
yeah.
You know.
I think Democrats are just waiting for, like, a white horse to come along, you know.
Emphasis on white. Horse.
Emphasis on white. Right? Fucking, I think Hillary and fucking Kamala are gonna merge next year or some shit, some fusion hot
shit.
The
ultimate biracial. You know, I've been to that pizza place.
Which one?
In DC, the one that got shot up because they thought Hillary Clinton was running a child sex trafficking ring. Pizzagate.
Oh, Pizzagate.
Yeah,
I got shot up.
Yeah, dude, it happened in like 27.
Were you Pizzagated?
Jamie, pull it up. Jamie.
I know, right?
Jamie.
So, what were you doing there?
It's a great pizza and ping pong
for the kids,
place.
right?
No. It's like a bar that does great pizza and ping pong in DC, in Washington DC. I have family in Washington DC, and Guy Fieri has been there. He's like spray painted his face on the wall.
Elon Musk has boosted the Pizzagate conspiracy.
Elon Musk boosts Pizzagate.
Yo, let me put some ad money into that.
It's real, and not the sex trafficking ring. I didn't go in the basement. I couldn't tell. But I've been to the place.
Comet Pizza?
Yeah, it's such. Shout out Common Pizza.
No.
Sorry you got shut up. But that's a fun fact about
Hey,
me.
great back room, by the way. I
Yeah.
love that you guys have a bed in there.
We'll be right back. I gotta stop doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't wear the Pine Grove hat because I thought people would.
Oh, do I fuck with Pine Grove?
No, I do too. But I was wearing the hat in the video, and so I don't wear.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't want. I know how the internet is.
Yeah, you don't want to be
I don't want to be a leech.
character.
I don't want to be a leech. I'm so happy to be in the Adam Ray cinematic universe, but
dude, 100%.
But I don't want to be a leech. I want to build my own shit because I think I have a unique perspective.
What's your take on Adam Ray's career? I feel like
I'm new, fairly within the last 2 years.
But as a comedy fan, I'm curious.
Oh my god, just that's what I'm talking about. Like, you don't really think of him as a character comedian.
I never thought of
or a method comedian,
yeah,
like an Andy Kaufman. But like, he goes into a different mode when he does 100%. These impressions and these characters. Like, that I don't think I'm like I mean. I can play Walter Jr. on the, The
more you say it, by the way, the more you're turning into him.
Yeah. No, that. Open the door.
Open the door.
Dad,
was that him?
Dad, no.
No.
What? Yeah.
That was Walter Jr.?
Yeah, open the door.
No.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
RJ Mitty, I missed my senior year. I missed the deadline for your college scholarship.
Yes.
But that would have been lit. But fun fact! When Robin Williams died, he gave a bunch of money to an organization that gives equipment to disabled athletes.
Oh, wow!
I was the first recipient of the Robin Williams Memorial wheelchair grant, and his son presented it to me. So
that's hella cool.
Something good came out of that.
Dude, when Robin Williams died, I cried more for him than my own father. Dude.
I wasn't into the stand-up
yet. Did you grow up on Robin Williams at all?
I mean, I knew he was.
Mrs. Doubtfire?
Not Miss. I've actually never seen him.
What?
I know, I'm awful. But I do go to Hole in the Wall Pizza almost every day. I do go to Hole in the Wall Pizza in the marina where he would frequent. So I'm down.
Do they do comedy there?
No, it's literally a hole in the wall, like little tiny pizza place, and they have pictures of him like all over the wall.
I have to check it out. What's it called?
Hole in the Wall. It's like right off of Chestnut. I work over there.
Yeah, I'm a pizza guy. I love pizza.
Yeah. Are you a Costco guy?
We're Costco guys. Hey, you guys, we're Costco guys.
We bring them.
What is it? The pow?
The boom.
The boom.
The boom.
Yeah, we bring the boom.
It's not a boom mic. That would have been funnier.
Jesus fuck.
Sorry.
No, dude, their whole family is like in. Could you ever do that with your family? Bring the boom?
They wouldn't even know what to do with that.
They wouldn't know what to do with the boom.
Where the brain rot, I try to keep it at bay.
Yeah, they're not skibbity.
Yeah, they're not.
They're acting real Ohio, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about the. No, they are from Ohio. My mom's from Ohio.
What part of Ohio?
Just outside of Columbus.
Sick.
Yeah.
I lived in Cleveland for a year.
Oh, my grandpa lived in Cleveland for a really long time. I went to the All-Star game when it was in the MLB.
Oh shit.
When it was in Cleveland a couple of years ago.
Yeah. That's actually pretty badass. They got some great pizza in Ohio too.
Yeah. I think Donato's. No. Yeah, Donato's. The square pizza.
Oh, I haven't tried that one.
That's like all the Midwestern pizzas are square.
There was this place I used to shout out to Edison's. I used to always go to Edison's.
They don't like
pizza.
pointy things. They poke themselves with.
Yeah. Is that a pointy pizza?
Yeah, no.
You're gonna kill yourself.
I introduced Ohioans to a Hawaiian pizza for the first time. When I was in Ohio. Yeah.
Did they react to it like you? You Prometheus them, dude.
They seem to like it. I don't know. I'm kind of outing myself, but.
Take this pizza.
Yeah.
He got pineapple on it.
He did also have CPs, so that does make sense that he would use that. Yeah.
Fuck. That was a caveman.
Got him. Get him.
Get him.
Call the cops.
Nah, dude. So what do you kind of see going forward in your comedy? Is there anything you're looking up to?
We'll see. You know, like, I mean, we were talking Roast Fest is in March 1st and 2nd at Sack Punch.
Sick. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. I got a couple things, hella funny stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I'm just I've done a lot of things like this where I've gotten like, you know, semi-minor success in something, and I've said, okay, you know, now everything's gonna open up. Yeah. And I think with this, I'm trying to do it differently and like let it come to me. So I'm just like
working.
I'm working and I'm along for the ride, and like this is something I'm not an easy I don't work easy. Like I don't get myself to commit to something and like do it really easy. So finding something that I'm able to be, you know, to this level successful at, I'm just trying to get better and like and write more and get to a point where like it can be my job to write jokes, and I don't have to like it's not necessarily that it's a chore, but it's not something that I have to like put effort into. It's just like I wake up in the morning
naturally.
You know, there's comedians that are professionals that just get up in the morning, they write a joke, that's where their mind goes, that's what they're trained to do. So I'm just trying to get to that point.
Like you said, it's like you have that competitive spirit. I think.
Yeah, I never really had the complete ability for even in disabled sports, which is embarrassing when you can walk. But
God,
like
what?
Yeah.
You're like, I kind of have an advantage. Huh?
Yeah, but not really. I never my ambition never matched my ability.
Yeah.
So I think like I do have that competitive spirit left over, and I think that, you know, sports like roast battle and like, and they just added a secondary league. So like San Diego, DFW.
Oh, sick.
Like a whole bunch of other cities.
Yeah.
It's going to be like soccer. So so there's going to be relegation and promotion.
That's sick.
Yeah. And Bay Area, we lost out on second place by a half point. Oof. Last season, so we demand a recount. Call me Elizabeth Warren. I am
Deep Tonshu. He won.
Yeah, no, Deep is fucking awesome.
He's super funny.
Deep is a killer. Yeah, he won the California Cup last year.
I saw the guy he went up against. You know, Raphael.
Wolfgang?
Yeah, Wolfgang.
Yeah.
I saw him in. I saw his set.
I battled the finals. I battled Emily Rudolph.
How'd that go?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna win.
Oh, Emily's merciless, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, it was fun. The reason why I went so in with Mel and I did so much writing and I like that I went in so hard is because with the Emily thing, I felt like I was kind of coasting. Like I was like, okay, I beat Josh Means. Josh Means beat me and then I beat Josh Means. Mm-hmm. And then I beat Jared Senna, and then so I was kind of like on a winning streak, and I was like, okay, I want to keep my undefeated alive.
Yeah.
And then I think it was actually out of respect, like, and out of like, you know, we're gonna challenge you and give it forward. That they threw me to Dakota Fry, and then they threw me to Emily Rudolph, and I think that's perfectly fine. Like, again, I needed to.
They needed to turn up the heat a little bit.
I needed to flag, grind.
Yeah.
You know. So. And it's been so fun. Yeah. Like the Dakota Fry one, like I've been ranked 2 times. That's Josh Means and I got number 2 for a week, and then Dakota Fry and I got number 4. So, it's been awesome, and I just love keeping up with it. And hopefully I can get down to LA soon, and hopefully I can. I really like the sport, and I'm just trying to get better. It was really good to meet. We had good judges on when you came and visited at Cobb's. We had Mike Eaton from Austin and Keith Carey roast battle like royalty, and like Tom Goss, who does a bunch of work for the league and he was the LA runner-up for MVP this year.
Oh shit!
And then like Paige, who's from Oakland. Paige Wesley is from here. It's a really good, really fun community, and like you have to hug after. It's in the rules. Yeah. Like, a lot of people will see that and be like,
unless you're John and fucking Stoyan and you kiss.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers.
It wasn't long enough.
You guys,
I needed some romance.
You need some love.
Yeah, where's the love? But we took a great Polaroid after. Actually, no, they made up for it because John was fucking Stoyan in the Polaroid.
Oh, really?
If you go to Lexi's Instagram.
Oh, we'll check it out after.
Yeah, we'll put it up.
Yeah, we'll post it. But I'm super excited for you. I think you got some cool shit going on. Yeah. You got a dope energy, I think.
Thank you.
I think it's gonna be rad.
Yeah, I hope I find some new people from this, because like, you know, I've gotten a big bump on social media, but like I am still looking to build like a community around this.
100%.
Like I feel like what I'm trying to emphasize is I'm so new, and I'm so excited for this to like see where it goes. And so,
well, I think a lot of people are so excited to see your journey. I think that's why they want so
you.
much from you so early, you know?
Yeah.
That's a good sign. But, you know, just you're fucking working constantly. You're doing this pod.
Yeah.
You know?
This is my first pod.
No way.
Well, 1.5.
Yeah, 1.5?
Plug.
Yeah, plug your pod.
Damian Montez and I, the Fruits and Vegetables podcast.
Yeah. I followed you guys.
Yeah, he's gay. And I'm a vegetable. But yeah, that's coming out pretty soon. We're gonna do some teaser video and just an audio for Spotify, and then we'll put out a video for the second episode. We got internet micro celebrity, internet superstar Lil Chomp.
Lil Chomp?
Yeah, TikTok extraordinaire Lil Chomp. Jack Thomas on the podcast.
That's fucking funny. Oh
yeah. My dog.
Yeah.
He just had his they just had their first Cobb set last night.
Yeah, I saw.
It was awesome. Yeah, Little Hella Funny showcase.
Yeah, that's Jack's super funny. He's got a huge following as well. He's doing
and like stuff. it's all gonna disappear in a week because they're banning TikTok.
No, they're not.
What?
No.
What happened?
They postponed it.
Are we saved?
You saved.
Oh my god, I didn't know what I was gonna do.
Yeah, you're saved.
That's awesome.
TikTok's still here.
Wow. We gotta go like throw a party for Jack and his 500,000 followers.
Let's do it.
That's awesome.
All right, y'all. This is the Naked Cat Podcast with Avery Dower.
You did it.
I did it.
He practiced a lot.
Dower. Wait, is there anything else you want to plug?
No, I mean just like the function. Come to the function. Yeah. It's the newest, most black-ownedest comedy club.
Probably most black.
Yeah. Well,
there's blacker things, but it's up there.
Yeah. Newest, most black-owned comedy club in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
1414 Market, I think.
Yeah. Check out the
I'm on the mics most nights. Yeah. Awesome. You'll be hearing from me on Instagram, Fruits and Vegetables Podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For, driving and doing the pod. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
All right. That's it.
I'm like Nardwuar.